Good afternoon, students, and welcome to all of you in the 8th standard. I hope you have enjoyed your holidays by sitting in a home only in front of your parents. And we have started our school, conducted some of that online classes. So each and every teacher they are making some videos and sending. So as with them from today onwards, I'm also trying to make some videos and send to you. So we are learning history there. Last year's history is a little bit different. In last years we have studied about the Shivaji Maharaj medieval period there. Now in this year's history is a little bit different. Their modern history is here about the Indian independence freedom struggles. Before to that, first lesson of our history, it's not history, that is the sources of history. As we know that written sources, material sources, oral sources, these are the sources of history from the ancient time. So we have studied the sources of history from the ancient and medieval from that time, or in ancient or medieval history. In that also we have studied the sources of history there. Sources of modern Indian histories are a little bit different there. For that also we need some of the sources. Historical sources are included into the material written and the oral sources. What are the history when we are learning in that? What are the informations we get? It is totally depend on the material sources, written sources and the oral sources. Now, similarly sources based on modern technology such as audio, video and audio visuals are also included. But the sources are based on the modern technology in present time. In that audio videos are there, or the audio visuals are there. They are also considered as important sources of history in a present time with the help of the modern technology or the net. Material sources, the first point, that is various objects are there. Monument places are there, coins are there, sculptures are there. They can be included into the material sources. Historical sources, places are there, monuments, sculptures, coins, they are included into the material sources. Next, building and places. Buildings and places. The period of modern Indian history is believed as a period of European, especially the British rulers and the governance of the princely states. Modern history, when we are learning that, the period of modern history is initially it is considered as the period of European history or the British history. Britishers or the Europeans, they ruled our country, they ruled some of the princely states from our country. Now, in this period, various buildings, bridges, roads, water supply systems, fountain, etc., they built that. These buildings include government offices, residences, places of the rulers, princely states, forts, prisons, etc. They all these are there. When the Britishers they came, that time these things they built their bridges, fountains, gardens there. Among these monuments, many buildings are intact even today. Among them, some of the buildings they are intact, they are present today also. That we can see that some are declared as a national monument there, whereas some are converted into the museum. Some of the buildings they declare as a national monument there, and some of the buildings where that building they converted into the museums there. For example, the cellular jail in Andaman, as considered, it is turned into the museum there. While visiting these sites, we get information about the contemporary history. That when we visit to such a site, we get the information about the contemporary histories there, their architectures, nature of monuments, and also we get the economical condition of that particular period of specific region or the time there. Just as during the visit to the cellular jail in Andaman, we get information about the revolutionary work of Vida Savarkar or Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. He was in that jail. So his revolutionary activities, the informations we get when we visit to that Andaman jail there. By visiting Mani Bhavan in Mumbai or Seva Gram ashram at Wardha, we get information about the history of the Gandhian era. When we visit to the Wardha ashram, there's all the way Sevagram ashram there when we visit, then we get information about the Mahatma Gandhi's informations we get that. So, museums and history, relation between the museum history or some information about the museums and history there. For the study of history, various objects, paintings, photographs, and such other things are preserved in the museum. That for learning history, we need to be preserved some of the paintings, some of the photographs, pictures. All these things are preserved into the museum that at the Aga Khan Palace in Pune. We can get or we can see different objects there, which they preserve or they kept same as it is. So some of the documents giving informations about the life of the Mahatma Gandhi are also they preserved into the Pune's museum that Aga Khan Palace it is in Pune. So it's for today it is sufficient that from tomorrow onwards again little fastly we'll try to move ahead that. So if you have the textbook then study read the textbook. If you not have then purchase it and try to read or start to learn one by one each and every lessons. However you get the video according to that you proceed. It is important to purchase the book and to study. These things or the parts are not repeated again and again. Thank you.